Alright, so obviously we're going from best to worst here. And the number one place on this list, the least bad last place thing of all time, is the only one I would call genuinely, unambiguously good. There's honestly nothing really wrong with it. It is in fact, the Tale of Aang from my Tales of Ba Sing Se ranking. Remember that? Next up is Wes Anderson's weakest movie, Bottle Rocket.
Let's fucking...
Now for the first of many Mario Kart courses. The best of the worst has gotta be Mario Kart 7's iteration of N64 Luigi Raceway.
Bowser?
Call me Bowsette.
Okay, I alluded to this in the Mario poll video, but Peachette is one of those last place rankings that I no longer stand by.
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
Continuing the trend of completely inoffensive things that just don't spark too much joy or excitement in me, we have C-3PO's role in The Force Awakens.
Tilt controls. Freaking tilt controls.
Oh boy, our first battle mode course in Mario Kart.
Mr. President, you almost caused a nuclear war!
Alright, we're still in okay territory. Just remember that. Next up is the weakest Smiling Friends episode, Mr. President.
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
Roadside Attraction is very similar to Mr. President in the sense that there really isn't a bad episode of Gravity Falls. It's GBA! Okay, spoilers, but the next 3 spots in a row are gonna go to GBA battle courses in 3 different Mario Kart games. First up is the Mario Kart 7 version of GBA Battle Course 1.
Game Boy Advance!
Next is GBA Battle Course 1 in its original Super Circuit form.
It's GBA! Game Boy Advance!
Finally, we have the Mario Kart Wii iteration of GBA Battle Course 3. Oh my god, there's so many of these.
At least he's more recognizable than that guy from Persona.
Alright, it's Persona O'Clock.
Unlimited power!
Next up, we have the entire score of The Rise of Skywalker.
The monkey wins by doing absolutely nothing! Of course.
Okay, so we talked about a lot of movie and video game stuff with substance. Now we get to go over what I think is one of the funniest inclusions in this ranking. Donkey Kong's Wii Remote sound in Brawl.
In a vacuum of space, they cannot hear you scream!
Now for the worst battle map in Mario Kart 8. Deluxe.
I know! I want a plain donut!
Okay, I'm not gonna be biased by the fact that Mario Kart 64 to this day has the best battle mode in the series. For such a generally positive ranking with very few actual bad entries, it's really hard to overstate how much the music on SNES Ghost Valley and Mario Kart really dropped the ball.
Time itself is no longer a concept to me. I disagree.
Okay, we got our first full entire movie in quite a while.
W is for... water.
Oh boy, now we're ranking The Water in A New Hope.
We're on our way to Big Beach. Want to come with us?
No thanks.
Alright, now we're starting to get to the stuff that I actively don't have a good time with. Just a little bit.
Why not?
Because there's too much water at the beach, and I don't like it when my feathers get wet.
Likewise, Palm Shore is a bland, boring beach map.
But you don't have to go in the water, Henry.
I don't?
Purple Coins by the Seaside is my least favorite star in Super Mario Galaxy.
Why will this damn fax machine work?
Alright, now it's time for R2-D2's role in The Force Awakens.
No sweat, Boba Fett!
What now?
I said, no sweat, Boba Fett!
Oh boy, another thing with R2 in it. It's The Mandalorian Season 3. Wait, was he in this?
Persona!
Alright, time for more anime shit. I hate Kenji's social link in Persona 3.
My bear! What the hell was that, Junior?
I threw a cup of water because you're a bear!
You're a bear!
I am.
I'm gonna wreck you!
Round Ralph Breaks the Internet. Oh, goody. It's eligible because it came in last place on my Disney 2010s ranking.
And in 4 hours, the entire Northern Hemisphere will be one big potluck.
Okay, now we're starting to get into the stuff that I either actively despise with a passion, or stuff that is just so meaningless and empty that I couldn't objectively justify putting it any higher on the list.
Sandy! Water!
Yippee! Time for the first Mario Kart course I actively despise.
Oh, I hate the sun and all the pretty colors.
Okay, I know I just said you're probably surprised that some Mario Kart courses rank super low, but I feel like this is one you probably expected to do a lot worse. Oh brother, the Rise of Skywalker's opening crawl. Give me a break.
Timmy, go to the pier.
I don't like broken pier. Worst course in Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Wario, go to school. Now take your sandwich and get on that bus and get out of here. I'm sick of looking at you. And then she smacked me in the back of the head with a sandwich.
I also don't like Wario Stadium from Mario Kart 64.
Soon she'll be flying off to...
Hey, way I.
It's Hawaii, Buzz.
Just 1 second. We've got a mascot.
Alright, we're back on the Persona train. Woo woo! I hate Teddy and I hate his stupid social link.
Looking cool.
Sainijima Social Link, the worst one in Persona 5 and the entire Persona series.
Einstein, I'm on your side!
Gunship Cavalry, the worst level of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga.
First.
Okay, look, maybe from an objective critical standpoint, Pocahontas is not worthy of being this low.
Well, he's probably gonna say, "Oh, I'm so Asian, I can't see a thing." That's probably what he's gonna say.
Oh, alright, we're really about to descend into the abyss here.
Use your private parts as piranha bait.
I have nothing more to say about Piranha 2 The Spawning.
I am your father.
Oh, baby! Now it's time for the lowest of the low for my ranking of every Pixar villain.
Uh-oh. Stinky poop. Poopy.
Alright, bear with me. There's still a couple Mario Kart stragglers we gotta knock out. The second worst race course eligible for this list has gotta be the Mario Kart DS remake of SNES Choco Island 2.
Now you will suffer! Like me!
Yep, here it is. The worst course in all of Mario Kart. For racing, anyway.
We are Siamese, if you please.
Okay, I was gonna be funny and put Aunt Sarah higher than Zurg, because she doesn't actively piss me off as much. But I had to be realistic about her quality as a villain compared to him.
I wish I'd never been born! There, I said it again. I wish I'd never been B-O-R-N born!
Oh, baby, this is it. I can feel my life force being siphoned away because we've officially entered the final lap.
I was frozen today!
And the film that lucked out by just barely missing out on the bottom 10 on this list is, in fact, the worst Blue Sky movie.
Oh no, he's learned Turbo! That movie about the snails!
10 seconds.
The Street Fighter 2. How was that movie, Turbo? Probably terrible. I don't know. Yeah. Terrible Turbo.
Oh, it has been ages since I first laid into Turbo.
Little man, my best friend's a talking car.
Now for arguably one of my greatest foes ever. Cars 2. Yes, there are at least 8 things I hate more than Cars 2. Are you guys happy? Congratulations, Cars fans! I've previously gone on the record saying that Cars is a better movie than Happy Feet. And now you can officially take solace in the fact that I think Cars 2 is a better movie than Happy Feet 2.
Always! No. Never! No. Always! Go out and... No.
In between all this animated slop here at the bottom lies a good old-fashioned piece of live-action slop. The absolute worst movie ever concocted by Steven Spielberg, always.
I'm a dinosaur. Is that it?
Just barely missing out on the bottom 5. We have a movie with the honor of being the only film on this list that has come in last place not once, but in 2 different ranking videos.
You know, I'm not always a nice witch.
You know, whenever I see Ghibli steelbooks at Barnes & Noble, or look at the list of movies playing for Ghibli Fest every year, I almost forget it exists. On paper, it was probably a surprise for Ghibli of all studios to have a spot this low on the list. But now we're really getting to the rankings where you knew this was gonna be down here, even if you forgot which movie I ranked in last place on them. Congratulations, there is now a G tier. Let's get right into the runner-up for the worst thing I've ever watched for this channel.
It's not me you should be afraid of.
Friends, before we continue on, I just wanted to thank you all for joining me on this despair-filled, torturous journey. I appreciate you standing by me as I confront all of my demons that have been haunting me for years now. You'd think that a movie this heinous and devoid of anything good would have been a shoo-in for the bottom spot to end all bottom spots. But no, it's not.
Disappointment in the game of life.